Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Browns Latest. I'm Dave Grendzynski, and this is where we get you caught up on the latest news that involves our Cleveland Browns, and we give you a take or two along the way. And as you can see, things are amok. We are not in the Browns Latest studio, of course. I am out and about, but we had the news break of Quinshon Judkins, the arrest, and so felt like we had a completely different show planned for today. But so with what the latest developments, we decided we needed to do a new video for you and get you caught up on what we know at this point. So thank you to everybody who has liked our previous episodes and has subscribed to the channel. And as always, those of you who get your comments into the viewer comment section. Now, coming up on today's show, we will talk about Quinshon Judkins and the arrest in Florida. We'll lay out what could potentially happen. Also, Bengals wide receiver Ja'Marr Chase. He was asked who is the toughest cornerback he has to face. Says it's one of our guys. The NFL also showing some love to Shedeur Sanders and one of our receivers over the weekend. And down in the viewer comments, what one viewer says we have to stop doing as we head into this new season. But first things first, here is a post from the New York Post. Quinshon Judkins arrested in Fort Lauderdale, according to the Fort Lauderdale Police Department and Broward County arrest records. Bond not set immediately. There's supposed to be a hearing at some point on Sunday, and the charge is described as touch or strike / battery, domestic violence. The Browns say they are aware and are just gathering information and more details at this point. So nothing other than that from the team. But here are some of the scenarios that could play out in this situation. The player may be required to miss team activities. We have training camp starts on Friday. The rookies will report. So they could, depending on what happens here, I mean, Judkins could potentially miss time. He's the big rookie running back that we're planning on. We're looking for big things out of him this year. So, but the thing is, this just happened, and the legal process has to play out. So that's the most important thing to remember here. And then when it comes to the NFL personal conduct policy, the NFL conducts its own investigation as well. So independent of the legal process, the league can act before a court verdict if it believes the incident threatens the NFL's integrity or reputation. And now on top of that, some other scenarios, you have the commissioner's exempt list. The player may be placed on the exempt list, making them ineligible to participate in games or practices, but still be paid. And that's the other thing. Judkins has not signed his contract yet. So that throws another little wrench in this, how the Browns could handle it and how this plays out. I mean, I don't know. Could this affect his salary? Could this affect the contract? We don't know. Like I said, everything just happening now, and I am not going to sit here and speculate. I'm just letting you know what some of the scenarios, based on previous events involving NFL players, what could play out. And then there's also a baseline suspension, the standard penalty for the first offense involving battery or domestic violence is a 6-game suspension without pay. That's the standard. So but like I said, there is supposed to be a court hearing sometime on Sunday, and then we'll go from there. We'll just have more for you as the developments come along. Now, let's talk about some good news, okay? Here we go. Ja'Marr Chase asked on a podcast over the weekend. This is the Sit Down with Malik Wright podcast. He was asked who is the toughest cornerback he has to face every year, and he said there's no question. He goes, this one's easy. It's Denzel Ward. He says twice a year. It's one-on-one a majority of the time. He has great feel. He knows leverage. He knows splits. He's one of the best that I like playing. And so According to NFL.com, Ward has been active in 5 of the 7 games the Browns have played against the Bengals since Chase entered the league in 2021. In those games, the Browns have limited Chase to 32 receptions for 359 yards, although he has scored 3 touchdowns. But, and this isn't all Ward because sometimes it depends what side of the field he goes to. Somebody else might be covering him. But the Browns do a good job of shutting him down. Telling you, man, Martin Emerson, too, this year, it's going to be fun to watch this defense and the cornerbacks that we have going at it for us this year. Now, speaking of getting some love, how about this? Shedeur Sanders and Jerry Jeudy getting some love from the NFL. Check this out here. This was on both of these images come from Twitter, but randomly, out of the blue, on Friday, there's a post that's similar to this with Cam Ward from Tennessee, the number 1 overall draft pick, but these 2 images show up of Shedeur. It's the Cleveland Shedeur. You got your little fire symbol emoji. And so he gets a post on X from the NFL. And I thought, man, you tell me what that means. I think it only means one thing. The NFL recognizing what they have here, I think. And I'm telling you, folks, we got to just let it all play out. Just let everything play out, and everybody will get their wish. Shedeur will get his shot, and then we get they're putting out the top 100 list of players heading into 2025, and there's Jerry Jeudy sitting right there at 82, and so beating out James Cook, people like that, right above Cam Haywood. So hey, anytime we beat somebody from Pittsburgh, we love that, right? And so he's ahead of the Hayward there, and so I thought that was great. The Browns getting some love, some good news on a weekend heading into training camp. So 1 week before training camp, and you're hearing things like that and seeing things like that, that'll get a little pep in your step as we get closer to the start of this new season. So Jerry Jeudy, one of the top 100 players. I'm sure Myles Garrett will be in there somewhere, but he's going to be way closer to the top of the list, and we'll have to see who else sneaks in there as well. Now, the viewer comments are always in the top 10. You guys know that. And so let's start with Mill 6594, who says the next big stink, of course, will be the Judkins arrest. And we just have to let it play out. We'll wait for the legal proceedings to occur, and we're not going to speculate on anything, and the Browns are still gathering information themselves, and so we'll just see where this situation ends up. Envas1 says the Nick Wilson mentality needs to stop. There is no next year, it's only now. Remember we talked about the 92.3 fan host who said that this year is all about getting ready for next year, and next year is when you really want to start winning. And he said, by winning could mean like 6 or 7 or even 10 games, and we're all like, no, we got to get rid of this wait till next year mentality. And so we need to start with this year. And Envaus, we all agree with you. There were a lot of comments about this in the viewer comments, and we're all in agreement. No, we've got the talent to we're going to surprise some people this year. We're going to win some games. Ed Dog 79 says, I wish the Browns hadn't wasted all that money on Watson. They could have used some of that to bring in someone to help Myles on the defensive line. Well, they didn't spend money, so they got Aquar, they got some guys who will help around, but Mason Graham is the big one. And then of course, the development of Isaiah McGuire and Alex Wright. McGuire this is part of the show we were going to do actually tomorrow, and I'll probably still talk about it, but he was added to a list of he's considered the Browns' top player under 25 years old. So there's a lot of potential there. There's still, even though we couldn't spend a ton of money on the line there, Ed Dog, there's still a lot of talent around, maybe more talent than ever before around Myles Garrett heading into this year. And then we'll end on Noel Bennett, who says, I'm from New England. I'm a fan of the Pats, but I am switching to the Browns as a new fan. So, yes, let's start this new winning attitude mindset. I couldn't agree with you more. That's what we needed. The mindset has to change, and And, you know, when you change that mindset and you change the culture and you start those positive vibes start flowing, good things will happen. Well, folks, I'm sorry you had to see me like this. I'm out and about, not in the studio, and so I was able to secure a location when the news hit last night, and so it's just one of those things. But hey, the show is called Brown's Latest, and so I want to try and keep you up on the latest things that are happening with the team, and if I can do it, I will. And in this case, we could. So I promised to change the fit. I still change the fit at 7,000 subscribers if we can get there. So, but I had to go with the basic black polo for you today because I don't have the orange sleeves with me. I mean, I was not expecting this, folks. So hopefully, sorry. Like I said, sorry you had to see me this way, if you know what I mean. But all right, cool. We'll be back. We're back in the studio tomorrow. Don't worry. Everything will be back to normal. We'll have the latest on the Quinshon Judkins situation and a whole lot more for you. Okay, that'll do it for today's show. Thank you so much for joining us. Go Browns. We will see you next time.